and welcome back at Elmer's Court. This is Turning Spa to Pond episode 2. So, as you would have seen in the last episode, if you haven't watched that already, I would highly recommend going back and starting there. That will just show you the fundamentals of the plan and the process and what's going to happen. So as you can see, the pond liner's here. It actually turned up the same day that we recorded episode 1, which was very helpful. The wind, as you can see now, is absolutely atrocious. I have sped up the video because it was a little bit time consuming, a little bit more than I first anticipated. More because obviously I'm clearly doing it by myself and the wind was being a pain, hence the bricks pinning down the sheet. But nevertheless, I just spread it out, got it folded over halfway and then pulled it over itself. And as you can see, I'm now in the tub. And my idea of thinking was just to get that pushed down somewhat to how the water's going to get it down, just so it's going to be a little bit easier to move. And yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, now I've got most of it pushed down, I'm just going to fold the sheet back into itself just so I can move and get the tub in place of where it's going to be staying. And yeah, so as for what I said prior to the last episode, the little rubber mat that I put over the inlet and outlet of the water, I did decide to do that just because it was just going to prevent that sheet with the water pressure pushing too much against those certain points. At least with the pad there, it's going to spread it out. Not saying it would have caused an issue in the first place, but it's just a prevention. So yeah, we went ahead and did that. So yeah, moving the spa into place and pretty much time to just get some water in it. So as you would have known from the last episode, my original plan was to get the liner in, and once the water's in, I was just going to cut it near the top, not completely, and then just tuck it into the lazy spa cover itself. Well, as you'll see shortly in this video, I decided against that, and I've got a couple of reasons why, but we'll get to that when we're there. So yeah, just trying to get the tub in place. As you can see, I'm trying not to drag it so much against the concrete base, simply because I don't want to tear that cover and have a problem that I've not even been able to see or notice. So if you can't do that yourself, obviously try and get someone to help you. There is 2 handles, that's the point of them. But yeah, it's pretty easy enough to move. Obviously, don't do that with water in it. I'd like to think that's self-explanatory, but yeah, do it while it's empty. It will save you some back work. Yeah, so all I'm going to do now is just, now it's in place, I'm quite happy where it is. I've put it so where the inlet and outlets would have been for the actual spa's pump, I've put that in the back right corner so I can keep a somewhat eye on it. So if those were to go, that's going to be the place where I'm going to see water to come out, if that makes any sense. It shouldn't, and I'm pretty much, well, I'm almost 100% positive it will not. Yeah. But again, it's a prevention. It's something I can see easily if needed to. So yeah, at this stage it's in place. I've pulled the tarp out and now it's just a case of getting some water in it, and I need to, just so we can start pinning it down and getting a shape formed. There we go, my little squirts. But yeah, so what was going in, I only filled it up to about, not even a quarter of the way, probably about 4 inches, just enough to get a little bit of weight in there so the bottom parts were pinned in. Yeah, it probably took about no more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get that in. As you can see, it's clearly taking shape and actually going to start looking a bit more like a pond, to be honest. Yeah, so quite happy. So as you can see, the overhang is quite untidy. Now what I decided to end up doing is just basically folding this in on itself to just create a smoother surround. Yeah, instead of relying on the water just to pin it against, and by doing this it did really neaten it up. If anyone gets any other ideas of how to get around that, then feel free to throw that in the comments, because I'll be interested to hear. But that's the route I went down. Only got about 4 inches, well, getting close to the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to turn the water off, because what I decided to do is I'm going to leave the actual liner overhung to cover the entire spa, all the way down to the floor. And down to the floor, as you can see here, tucked to the bottom, I've left about 6 inches, and that's to just basically be able to tuck it under the tub. With the water off at a few inches, it's just heavy enough to pin it, but not too heavy enough to not be able to tuck it under. And by doing this, as it filled up more, it pinned itself in, and it actually looked relatively neat. I mean, a bit of black duct tape on them overlaps to pin them down, or some double-sided sticky tape would make it look a lot tidier. But obviously I've got plans to completely enclose this, so not too much of an issue. But as you can see, much neater. I'm quite happy with how it's turning out so far. I can officially say I don't think this at the moment is looking like a spa. So there's a nice overhead view. Water's filling up very nicely. It's gonna make a nice addition. It's gonna look good. In the meantime, I've already been down to the fish shop. Now the pump and everything's gonna go in. I've already run the cable, as you can see here. I use an old antenna hole that don't use. Run that along the wall, over to the pump, little plastic tub with a hole in it, bit of tape around that to keep it watertight. That keeps everything hunky-dory and safe. That's what we want. So I dump the pump in very shortly, as you'll see. Pump will be going in now. So yeah, pump's in, all plugged in, all working. The height's perfect, could not ask for anything better. Works fantastic, as you'll see shortly. I've already added tap safe to this, and as it's just shy of 100 litres, I almost used about, I put in a little over 100 mil just to be on the safe side, and I left the pump running for about 2 hours just to get that all circulated through, and that will get rid of all the chlorine. In the meantime, I have added a fish. So reason being, don't worry, don't panic. This is simply because I need to get the pond bomb in to start its cycle and get the beneficial bacteria function to get this pump primed. Now, to do that, we need ammonia. And to get ammonia, we need fish poo. So, yeah, I've put a fish in there. It's actually very happy. It's settled in quite nicely, actually. And yeah, that's it. So, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will see you soon.